It's the BBC podcast. Your boy Tunchi right here. I got my boy JC, aka James, here to do an interview and put people up on the light about coming through struggle and becoming his own business owner right here. He's gonna give you all the information and the formula on how to get there.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's give him a proper introduction, man. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up, y'all? I'm James, formerly known as JC. Showtime, my right name, Just out here trucking. Got a little company I put together. Living my dream logistics. That's me.
Yeah, that's right.
Shout out to my boy. Came through. Been one of my inspirations growing up. Just always been there for me. Simple as that.
Yeah, it's love right there. So what we'll do is, man, we'll take it back to, let's just say, coming into an adulthood, man, fresh out of high school, and just like where were you, like getting ready to move out of mom's pad and just like trying to learn your purpose then. I know everybody, we young, we had like a job and just getting around, had cars and just every day, like not thinking about like a future, you know what I'm saying? No kids yet, no nothing like that. Like explain that, like how where your mindset was being young.
I like the ladies, bro. Straight up. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. I like the ladies. So, my get down was, when I was little, I always wanted to be a truck driver.
Yeah.
And I knew getting out of high school, I couldn't do that. So I got my CDL, got a couple of little jobs here and there, ended up working at Ross.
Okay. That's a typical thing like around here, especially in Dino.
Ran around, wild, young, had some freedom. Moms didn't give a brother no freedom, so, what I'm saying? I had to take it when I could. But moms couldn't tell me that no more, so I was out there, and just started getting in trouble, out here, living, getting in trouble. Finally, moms put me out, you know what I'm saying? I'm out in the streets.
Okay.
I ain't gonna front and make it seem all dramatized like it was 4 or 5 days.
No, man, it happens. It
was 24 hours, bro. But you know what I'm saying? Those 24 hours, man, I didn't have no friends. I didn't have no money. I'm on a park bench with a unregistered pistol, a backpack, and $5. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I said, man, I got a truck driver's license. Why am I out here like this? This is crazy.
Okay.
So applied for Swift, got hired, went, drove for them 3 years.
Okay.
And felt like I was a king,
Yeah.
Had me a couple trucks.
Coming straight out of nowhere and at least starting a little something.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Had a couple trucks, had a couple drivers, had me. And got cocky, man, out here. I'm young, shitting on dudes. Like, man, I got bread, homie. What's up?
Man. I know a lot of people get like that. Like,
and February 11th, 2007, got up. Was like, I didn't even need the money. It's like, I'm going to work anyway. Man, jumped in my truck and had a rollover. You know what I'm saying?
And that's in a trucking business. That's just bad. Bad
that's
business.
a no. That's one of the deadliest sins.
Okay.
And man, I just remember flipping the truck over. I remember the people coming out, people that I talk to every day. Cool. What's up, James? Yeah. Didn't say nothing to me, bro, other than go get a drug test.
Man.
And now are you okay? Not, hey, man, your job is cool. None of that. So I'm like, all right, cool. So, man, next thing I know, 2 weeks later, come off. The doctor's like, yeah, man, you're good to go back to work. Call him, hey, I'm ready for work. Oh, yeah, your services are terminated. What? You know what I'm saying?
Working for him, man, making him money and everything.
I've been there, killing it. You know what I mean? And just gone. Yeah. No job. So I'm like, man, I was with my ex. She wasn't supportive. You know what I mean?
Man, that was what happens too, man. That's why people gotta pick the relationships right. But it's all in trial. We go through it and life learns. Bro.
And that's what it was, man. I found a little mom and pop job. It was some BS. I won't put them out there just because they ain't professional.
Yeah, I guess.
But they were sketchy, man, and I ended
probably
up
one of them companies like in the trucking business. There are a lot of people that are like that, like take advantage of somebody that has a CDL but can't go get another job. And hey, man, we got some little work over here. We'll have you do some little side stuff. Maybe pay you, maybe not pay you.
Yeah, they just come through. They have you get in there, and you think everything is good, and they give you the first month or so it's cool, and then they start hitting you with the kablamis after that.
Yeah.
They start having you running overweight and running dirty over, all of that, man.
So everybody out there trying to get the CDL, man, like listen to this. There's people out there who's schooling you right now.
And you don't get no extra bread. They got you doing janky stuff. extra bread involved, man. It's just you risking yourself and your license, man. If you get one of them, just cut it.
Yeah.
And that's how I was with that job. I just was like, you know what? Nah, we ain't doing this, So quit that. Come to find out, man, I had some old tickets from street racing and whatnot.
That was us back in the day. That's for real, for real.
Yeah, man. We used to go out street race every day, man.
Every day.
I'd be at work. Hey, what you doing, bro?
Riding down the street was a street race, man. Pulled to the stoplight. Another car looked like it was next to you, man. We
we
got to race to where I'm going. I'm going to Stater, but that's where it's at.
And, man, dude tells me, hey, man, bad news. What's up, man? Both your licenses suspended. Huh? What? You got to go to court. All right. Go to court, man. Groove tells me, yeah, man, it's 10 G's.
All right.
I didn't even have $10. I blew all my money. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, So my boy came through. Hit my boy up, hey, man, what's up? I'm like, I'm hurting, bro. Hey, man, come down to the shop. For sure, man, love.
Yeah.
Just came down to the shop. This is the third segment of my life. This was learn yourself, man. You gotta learn who you are. That's the most important thing in
Listen
life.
to what he's saying.
You can't be another man.
That's right.
You got to be your own man. You got to have your purpose. You got to have your dream. You got to have your vision. Mine was owning a trucking company since I was 4 years old. First time I sat in a truck. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I need to do. This is what I want to do. Ended up coming down, working for the shop. I was good at it. You know what I'm saying? I brought some stuff to the business. I was solid, Monday through Saturday, had time for my family, everything like that.
Free schedule, everything was open.
My mistake was I started trying to be like my environment.
Yeah.
And you can't do that.
You always have to be yourself. Like, no matter what other people are thinking about you, like, you're more happier when you actually yourself and people accept you for you being yourself. So
I started trying to be like this dude and that dude and that dude, and just kind of trying to integrate it while still being myself and just
adding in elements that you maybe thought would have helped and maybe not.
The other dudes was just like, yeah, man, this dude got this and this dude got that, so maybe I can. And I would go home at night and just be like, hey, ain't none of this. Like, I'm only partially being me. I got to be complete me.
Yeah.
And all that turned into, oh, man, yeah. Drive with a suspended license, man. You good. You can do that. Yeah,
all bad habits, man.
And then next thing I know, man, it was more tickets on more tickets and bike impounds and this and that. And just one day I woke up and I said to myself, this got to go, bro. Yeah. Like, you got to do something else, fam. And that's what I did. I walked away from everything.
Yeah, that's good.
I didn't have no money. I didn't have nothing. I had $1 in a dream. Chucked it up, spent all the money, got my license back. I had some help from some family members, whatnot, so I did that. Got that back going. People made fun of me. Oh, man, he ain't never going to get a job.
Yeah, man, I seen this guy go through a lot of trial stuff, man. People always doubting him and everything, man. That's why I had to get his story because, man, people always trying to step him down and just be like, man, this guy's this, he's that, man. He's like in between not doing something all the way solid, man. Like, I always knew that, like, once he applied himself, that he was going to actually just get there. But like how he said what he needed to go through to focus on what type of man he needed to be to get it done, man, that's why you're here right now.
Friends, family, relationships, cut it.
Yeah.
Focus on you.
Yeah.
So I walked away from everything, and I ended up by myself. It was cool. My lady supported me at the time. She was like, you got to do what you got to do. Okay, cool. She made sure I got to every court case I needed to get to for my license. She made sure that all my payments was on time. She made sure everything was good. And went to apply for jobs. Nothing. Everybody seen that rollover, suspended licenses. They was like, nah, we good.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, so
explain, just for the followers to know, once you get a suspension, how hard is it actually to get the actual license back?
So truck driver's license is pretty much like any other license, but the companies, once they see a suspension, they start asking why. And once they ask why, then they start digging. And then they start looking to see. You
got bad habits.
Yeah, what's what. Then they start noticing the speeding tickets and this and that, and then they start questioning. And then it's kind of like, once they ask the second question, they don't want to mess with you because now you're a liability. And they don't care if you're 18 or 25. It's a 10-year gap. They're looking at it and going, nah, we're going to let this dude loose with a $100,000 truck and a $50,000 trailer.
Ooh, yeah.
and we're not even considering payload,
okay,
nah.
It's a big liability right
there. Go out and kill somebody and, the company gets sued, you in jail, it don't make a difference. Okay. So you get that and you're toast. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that was me. And it was hard because I went from a point where every company I applied for, it was no problem. Boom, you're in here. Hire. Even some of the bigger, harder companies to get in. Mm-hmm. And for once in life, I got no's all across the board. I was hurt. Mm. My little brother at the time, he didn't even want to drive a truck, and he got approved. And you know what I'm saying? He didn't want to do it.
And this is the point, too, right here, that, like, I can understand that somebody would get frustrated and just give up. But you see, he didn't give up. He kept on trying. Most of y'all would have just gave up and just been, man, that this could lead to you having your own business. You probably would just gave up and went and worked at FedEx or something, like just got something like else done.
I don't like rules.
Yeah.
I don't like dictatorship. I don't like micromanagement. I don't like that. I just want to go work. You know what I mean? I want to enjoy my day. So I'm like, man, okay, I got to do something. So I got my license. Everything's cool, working little odds and ends here and there. Got blessed with some unemployment years ago. Yeah, so, I collected that, and I ended up, by the grace of God, man, I bumped into this dude, one of my friends. He put me on to his brother-in-law. His brother-in-law, he was, I ain't going to put him out there neither, but, mediocre trucking. Okay. But man put me on. He was like, yo, I see something in you. He gave me a truck, put me to work. Okay. And that job made me a truck driver because, man, I was doing over the road, on the side of the road repairs, popping off tires in the dark with people speeding past me at 70.
And everything, man.
Yeah, man, I'm out there replacing hubs at 3 o'clock in the morning. Man. I'm fixing AC pumps at customers and starters, getting my hands on, man, and it felt good. I liked it. I was like, man, all this drama is going to get me somewhere, I didn't understand it at that time, but I did it because I had mouths to feed other than myself, Yeah. I had a lady at home, I had kids, I had to do it.
See, so the man is responsible, and he's put in his family and his girl, which is his family. It's all one unit, and before himself, he knows what he has to get up and do every day, and he makes sure he gets it done because he knows what the responsibilities that people are relying on him.
So, I did that job. Everything was cool, and then paperwork was janky. Long story short, I get pulled into the scale. Keep your paperwork right because fools are shady. So rolled through the scale one day, and regular day work, pull in. DOT officer tells me, hey, go ahead, park over here. Come inside. Let's talk to you. All right, cool. So go in, get my logbook, everything straight. Come in, handle my logbook. They go, hey, man, all 3 of these DOT numbers on this truck are incorrect.
Ooh.
They're all inactive. What? The insurance is fraudulent. And you got a fake tag on there. Your tags is 1.5 years expired, bro. What? These fuel permits are invalid. I'm like, what? Yeah, all these are misdemeanors in the state of Arizona. And the driver gets charged for these because you're supposed to be up on this stuff.
And more likely the dude that put you in the truck knew that?
Yeah, he knew it. So needless to say, I got 6 misdemeanor tickets on my license. And I'm just like, man, I was just on the upcome. I'm coming up, I'm moving, saving money, and another brick wall. So I'm like, oh. So I called back home, talked to my fam, talked to my lady. They're all like, quit. I'm like, I need this bread. Yeah. Wifey's like, have faith. It's gonna be cool. Just quit. Quit your job, turn around, go back. Man. So I called dude. I'm like, hey, bro, this is what happened. Yeah. He's like, oh, let me call and fix it. Hold on, what?
How did he claim he was going to fix it?
He's like, yeah, I'm going to call the state and fix this and get this paperwork right and get this right. 20 minutes later, Groove calls me. Hey, man, everything is good. Go ahead and roll. Nah, man, you been having riding dirty for a year, bro, and it's a 15-minute fix? Nah, man, hey, I'm going to bring your truck back to you, bro, because, I'm good. So that's what I did, man. Took his truck back.
Took it back.
Parked it in front of my parents' house because it was a safe location. I could watch it. It was loaded. Told him, hey, man, truck's at my parents. Come get it. Yeah. 5 days he begged me, and as tempting as it was, because I could use the money, I was like, nah.
See, but that's good, man, because you actually weighed it out and know that just not all money is good money. You weighed it out to where like the consequences and the headache it was going to bring just to make that short bit of money for the time being.
And I mean, I tell you, I was running scales for the dude, man. I was doing all kind of wild stuff. You know, the money paid, man. You know, and like I said, I had family, so they had to eat. Yeah. So next step after that was I still couldn't get a job nowhere because I wasn't established enough. Yeah. So I had to brainstorm of, you know what, I'm gonna go into business. Okay. Ain't nobody deny me insurance if I'm paying money. You know what I mean? Okay. Hey, y'all, I had $500. I ain't gonna lie to you.
See, he's letting you know right there exactly what he started off with.
Straight up. I have $500 to my name. $500 in the dream. And I went looking. Me and wife, we went driving around, looked on the internet. I found a truck. I said, man, let me go see what this is about. Credit bad, y'all. Jacked up. Ain't got no money, credit bad. I had a 0. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that means that when you got a 0, you ain't got good credit, you ain't got bad credit, you nobody.
Like pretty much you don't exist.
Yeah. You nobody. So I went down, rapped with the people, the owner of the place. I'll shout him out, Best Deal Truck Sales in Fontana. Okay.
Check
Best Deals Truck Sales. If you ever need a truck.
So people who are trying to get a starter, that's a good spot to get like a starter truck.
You can go down there and rap with them. They got good equipment. It ain't 100%, but
hey, it's gonna get you started.
It's gonna make you money. It's gonna make you money. Went down there, hollered at them. Dude told me, hey man, look, your credit is bad, bro. Co-signer ain't even gonna help. This is semi. This a business.
So somebody with an 800 score wasn't even gonna help.
Nah, man. They said this is business equipment. You know what I'm saying? This is like renting a building that you gonna, do some questionable work out of. Okay. They don't care what you're gonna do with it, but they want to know you can pay. Yeah. I couldn't pay. I didn't have no monies. I didn't have no income. Okay. And I had $500 in a dream. Okay. Dude goes, man, I see something in you, bro. I'm gonna finance this myself.
So in-house finance.
Yeah, okay. I'm an in-house this. And this is what we're going to do. I need you to put half of this truck down.
And how much was the truck at the time?
The truck was $25,900.
Yeah.
And I said, man, I got $500, bro. And that man, he didn't even laugh at me. He said, I see it in you. You'll make it happen within a week. I said, wow. So I went home, talked to wifey. So what you think? She said, I don't know. What's your plan? I said, I don't know. She was like, let's go talk to my parents.
Okay. So you ran the idea of trying to be your own boss. Okay.
So we ran together a business plan, had a full-fledged business plan, what we're going to do, how we're going to get the money, how we're going to pay them back, how we were going to, afford to pay me as a driver, how to pay the truck, taxes, all of that. Put all that together, bam. Presented it to her parents. No questions.
That's good, but see, because the man came with a plan, he didn't come out there and just ask for a handout. He explained how he was going to return their money, how he was going to make money, so they trust, giving the money, they knew that he was going to make the money back. He got to give the plan and break everything down, and that's how he gained the trust to get the loan.
So shout outs to the in-laws. So they came through, no questions asked, cash me out.
Okay.
So I went down, told the dude, hey man, I got the money. He said, okay. So even better news. So what's up? He said, I got a bank to finance you.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I said, wow. I said, yeah, man. So my truck payment was $1,500 a month for a year after giving him $15,000. Okay.
And that's but owning a truck, that's doable, that's manageable.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Most def. So got the truck, didn't have no work. Yeah. Oh man. Next step, have you some work before you get your truck, because having a truck sitting at home is
just another statue in front of the yard.
So I got a truck now, no insurance, because I totally spaced on that.
Yeah. Focus on the truck so much.
If you're starting out, Progressive is a cool spot. They'll insure you. It'll cost you, but Progressive will give you some insurance.
Okay. All right.
I ain't no spokesman for them, but they came through for me with my license jacked up.
He telling you spend. So if they gave somebody a shot, that's like you said, you hearing the story. He coming from ground up with little minimum money, minimum credit, anything. He's like he just struggled his way up.
This is bottom loans, broke. I'm just making it happen trucking. That's what it was. Yeah. So I didn't have no work, man, and I went and hollered at people, and they would look at my license record and be like, nah, bro, we can't mess with you.
Okay.
So I ended up,
even though
I had my own truck, man, they still was like, nah,
they didn't want to take the liability with their cargo. Like.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And hauling their trailer.
Okay.
So I'm like, man, I ain't got no trailer money. So whatever. One of my boys, Trey, God bless his soul, he came through. He's like, look, man, you're going to get the next job. So he gave me a little business suit. He let me borrow one of his tuxes. Had it hemmed up and everything. Solid, man.
Okay, cool.
And at this point, I didn't really talk to too many people just because I had so many haters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that goes from friends to families, just on my downfall. We hope he doesn't make it, and yada.
A lot of people don't want to see you make it. Trust me.
The hurt.
Yeah.
The hurt, bro.
Yeah.
I remember bringing my truck home, and I was so excited, man. And nobody even came outside and look at it, bro.
Yeah.
Sat there for weeks, So finally, I hop on Recycler. This story is old.
Some years back. This before all the OfferUp and Craigslist and stuff.
Hopped on Recycler, bro, and Pacific Western Transportation, man, out in Moreno Valley. Shouts out to them too.
Okay.
They Mike Palacios put me on. I went down there and I called. Yeah, man, I'm gonna call you back. He never called me back. So the next day I found him.
Okay.
Me and wifey, we jumped in the truck and it wasn't no map. We had map clips, And if it was a new street, he wasn't finding it.
You go roll to a dead end.
I risked a little bit of diesel I had, man, just to prove that I wanted to work.
Okay.
And I went down and I got as close as I could. And I called him. I said, hey, man, you were supposed to call me back yesterday, whatever. He goes, okay, all right. Where are you? I said, I'm on modular, bro. I'm trying to get to you. I'm in the rig. I came because.
So you took the chance just to ride to them and just show them that you.
Yeah, they could have told me no. You know what I mean, or kick rocks or whatever. So I went and that getting out there meant so much to that dude because he was like, "Yo, whoa,
that's dedication." Man. Like, man, this dude
like,
just showed up.
You really want to work?
Okay.
And long story short, they saw my driving record. I didn't hide anything.
Yeah, that's good.
And he goes, you want to work, right? I said, yeah, I'm here. He goes, I see. And that dude, him and the owner, him and Mark, they went beyond a doubt to get me working. Okay. And the only thing they said was, look, it was about a week process, because they had to go through insurance. So why was you driving on suspended?
I get you tell the whole story.
And I was just like, I was young, dumb. I thought I was legit, and I wasn't. Period, point blank. Ain't no reason to lie now. You know. All right, we got insurance to approve you. You can work.
Damn, bro.
Like, oh, snaps. I'm about to make some bread.
Okay.
He said, don't disappoint me or you're out of here faster than you came in.
So he took a chance on him, man, but he let him know openly that this one chance and only chance.
Yeah, he said, I'm going to run you under my insurance, so don't worry about yours. I'm going to run you under mine. You can use my authorities, my equipment, my trailers, my loads.
So they took care of you then.
So everything was straight.
Okay.
So, man, I took a couple trips out, and I was like, man, this feels so good. This is cool. And, hey, man, we ran it. Me and my lady, we ended up getting a place. We got married, had our first kid.
Okay.
Everything was cool. And then Mike ended up leaving the company, and he went elsewhere. I ended up going to a company driver selling my truck just because all these small regulations and EPA and all that started kicking in, and I was just like, I don't want to deal with it.
Okay.
So I drove company for a year, going back and forth to Montana, all of that, and that was tiring. And
that's coming from California, so you go. So how long does that take you?
Cali to Montana's like 2 days, and then we had like some 6-day round trips, So snow, wind, rain, freezing rain, 30 below was, what I did to supply for my family. I hated it.
Okay.
But I was, I was driving a truck, so I was happy. So my boy ends up hitting me up. Hey, man, this job I'm over here at, man, we run Trader Joe's loads. Penske. Come through, we put in the app.
Okay.
Nah, man, I had got so used to, I got comfortable doing what I was doing. I didn't want to see anything else,
Yeah.
So my youngest daughter at the time, I would come home. She didn't even remember who I was because I was gone so much. Okay. I was gone, man. Yeah. And I know some of you guys are going to be like, oh, man, you was home every 5-6 days. Yeah. Well, that's cool, and I respect any driver that's out there months at a time, but not me. That ain't for me.
Yeah.
Anybody that knows me, I know this is TMI. Well, I use my own bathroom, you feel me?
Yeah, nah, for real. That's all.
I like using my own bathroom, you feel me?
That's the way it is.
Yeah, man. So I know I didn't deserve this job neither. It was all blessings of God, man. And I put in my app, and Penske called me. Yo,
Okay.
What's up?
That's a real big company, in case you don't know.
Yeah, huge. Penske Logistics, shout out to them too. They're great. If you need a local job or any job, PenskeLogistics.com. I think it's .com or .org. Okay. Penske/careers.com.
So, like, if somebody say like you had to go through a whole bunch of trials and everything to get yourself there, is it hard to get hired by Penske? Like, if you were just say you just came straight out of school and
now it used to be 2 years. Now it's a year. Okay. You can get in. So get your year. If you're in California or wherever, just look up Penske. They got local locations everywhere.
Okay.
They good benefits day one, good vacation. One of the best I've ever worked for. You feel me? We just had. I don't like following rules, so I had to get up out of there too.
Okay.
But I was there. I started working there, and coming off the road, coming home, there was a couple of marital issues just because. When you're gone all the time, coming home is a fairy tale. It's a fantasy.
I guess.
You come home after being gone for a week, house clean and all of that, and then now you're home every day and you see how your kids act and you're like, huh, what?
Yeah,
and,
I get you.
Another fail in life where as a husband I wasn't very helpful. I was more of a
focus on just on work, doing your routine.
No, it wasn't even that. I was more of a. I should have been helping more than judging. Okay. And I was judging more than helping. Understand it. And
to see how he's. It takes a lot of man to admit and take accountability for things. A lot of men don't want to do that, man. To see how that they make it and they do things, because I know them like personally, man. The relationship has been up and down, but they solid. That's why I had to have him here to tell a story, because like between his work and all his work ethic and him doing everything that he does to make money for his family and everybody is solid. That keep everything together. That's a good core between him and his girl.
So there's so much more I could go into, but ain't no need. But so that happened. We separated, went our own ways, and then grace of God, we ended up back.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So we work on everything. Everything is cool. We ended up moving out of there, got a bigger place. Hell yeah. And then we ended up buying a house. So anybody says that it's hard to buy a house, it ain't.
Yeah. It's overthinking.
Me and my family got blessed with a house, and I got another position, more money, and all that was cool. But we'll skip all that and get to present now. What matters
right now?
What matters now is, so after getting the house, the grind was real. I had a $3,000 mortgage. You feel me?
Oh damn!
Okay. I had a $3,000 mortgage, boy. I was stressed out every month. Yeah. But one of the things every day that fired me was all my kids being able to have somewhere safe, somewhere 30 years from now they can come home to. Okay. And seeing them play outside in the artificial grass was just, man, it made everything worthwhile. And I just wanted more. Okay. I'm like, okay, there's more. I was like, nah, I never thought it would be owning my own company. I didn't. It was always a dream, but I was like, nah. And as things started to change, cameras in the trucks and all these different policies and this and that.
Yeah. And all these more new rules just popping up more and more.
Yeah, just in my head, I started saying more to myself, like, if I work for myself, I am my boss.
True.
Can't nobody write me up but me. You know what I mean? I dictate my money.
That's good.
If I don't want to go to work, I don't go to work. There's downfalls. You don't have sick days. You don't have vacation. So if you catch COVID, you don't get no Cali pay. You know what I'm saying? Okay. You just at home sick, losing money. And I just finally got to the point where I was like, okay, I went exempt on my taxes for a whole year. COVID hit. Work had kind of slowed down. There was no traffic. Yeah, that's how we made money hourly.
That's how the whole world worked.
The overtime, we didn't have none because there was no traffic. Yeah. So I went exempt, and I was just kind of started looking at trucks and kind of looking into it and talking to people, and I was like, I don't know.
What made you want to think about it again, like to maybe go at it again this time? Is it more because you have more experience, or you're just tired of the rules and everything at work?
I got 6 kids and a wife, and I wanted something stable for them. Yeah. I wanted more income. I wanted more time home, more flexibility. Mm-hmm. Really what it took essentially is I got caught texting and driving.
Okay.
And this was what fired it all. Okay. I got chased for almost a month so I could sign this write-up.
For real?
Yeah, man.
Dang.
And
they thought they would have gave up after.
Yeah, me too. And I dodged it, man, for the longest. I dodged it. And during the whole process of this, I'm just thinking like, I'm making somebody else money.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm making a whole bunch of other people down the
more and more
line,
he's
man.
executing and doing the right things and doing the deliveries on time. Like somebody else is increasing while his hourly was staying the same.
Yeah, like there was no, hey man, good job. You worked 16 hours today, man. You drove from San Bernardino to L.A. to Corona, back to L.A., down to San Diego and back, and you did it all in 16 hours.
Yeah.
Flat rate.
Yes.
Here's your hourly pay. There's no, hey man, we made $5,000 extra today. Here's $200. Nothing. Okay. So after all of that, I just started looking, and I'm like, okay. And by the grace of God, I found a truck. I had a little money saved up. I had like 17 grand saved. Okay. And I was looking, and nothing was working, bro. Nothing. I'm trying to finance, trying to do this and trying to do that, and none of these trucks are working out. And I was going to give up, man, again. Another brick wall. Bam. I'm like, So I kept having this thing on Credit Karma. Credit Karma ain't bad, y'all.
Yeah,
ain't bad.
Yeah, you're seeing, I got a video, and I try to explain to these people, man, that it's
sometimes
real.
You got to take Credit Karma's advice. It all ain't bad advice.
Hey, for real. Credit is hella important.
Yeah,
at the end of the day, when you ain't got nothing at all, the credit will put you in a good spot. That's why you got to have that credit.
You can take a personal loan. So long story short, we'll get to how I started. I ended up taking a personal loan. Okay. And it wasn't something I was too excited about because the interest is high. It's 50 grand. I would have to pay 94 back, $44,000 in interest, Okay. But I got 50 grand. I was able to secure my truck purchase of 35 grand. Okay. I was able to pay all my permits, and my insurance was 3,500 down. My permits and everything was about 4 grand. So it covered everything perfect. Yeah. Thanks to God. My wife was just like, dude, get in there. Yeah, do it. Get rolling. Do it. Yeah. I'm like, okay. And she's like, just take the loan. And I'm like, oh no. And I just jumped, bro. Yeah. I just jumped. I found a truck, 35 grand, and I jumped, took the loan, bought the truck, and was like, now what? Okay.
So still no accounts yet?
No work, bro. Okay. Again. Second time around, no work, no insurance. Okay. So, I hit the old job. I hit Mark, and I just said, "Hey, Mark, I need some help, bro. What can I do?" He goes, "Oh man, call this guy. He'll help you out with some insurance." So I called him. He goes, "Okay, cool. I need you to call this person, get all this going, which was all my permits and licenses and all that, because we need that to put on the insurance." Yeah. So long story short, we got all of that going. I'm like, "Yeah, we on." Okay. So I had a couple little glitches with the insurance. So people was telling me like my plan was to get on with Amazon.
Okay.
So I signed up with Amazon, and I couldn't get past the insurance part because whatever their third party that they use to verify your insurance couldn't verify it for some odd reason. So I had my insurance agent. Took about 2 weeks, but we finally got everything straight. Okay. I stayed at Penske. I stayed faithful. I didn't leave. Yeah. I stayed there. All this happened between December and January. So it was
while
like
you're packing up your basket over here, you still made sure you had
income coming I still made sure that I was, legit over here and that everything was cool as I made my transition. And I told them straight, hey, I bought a truck, whatever. I'm going to put a driver in it. You can't tell everybody your business, Yeah. And they kind of probably knew it was coming. But I think as I had the truck longer and longer, I think mentally I got a little more cocky as things started getting together because I would just go to work and be like, man, what you guys going to do, fire me, bro? You know what I mean? That was my everyday attitude. What you guys going to do, fire me? And then I had a couple issues with dispatch, and in April I just jumped. I had hauled a couple loads from Amazon, the little here's and there's, and April I just said, you know what? I'm out. All right. I just quit.
So that's it, just out.
I just quit.
Cut the cord.
Yep. Right. Just quit. And I quit, started running my truck, same week. Okay. And, man, those first couple loads, man, I took my kids with me and made sure that, it was a unit deal. God would bless us as a unit, and I got out there. Okay. Been out there ever since, man, and it's fun. Okay. It's fun.
So, like, would you say that before you left Penske that, like, you already knew your everything was in line, like for sure, like before just like
yeah. Basically, went on Credit Karma and it kept popping up for a personal loan. I'm like, I don't know, and I looked at it every day and I'm just like, man, I'm steady. The plan was I wanted a show truck. Like, let me get this show truck so I can have all the chrome and make it what I want, because everything I have of mine everything is custom. Okay. You know, everything has my swag to it. There's nothing that I don't own that ain't got my swag.
So like, did you have money for this left over from the loan, or
nope? I had my little 17 grand, you know, that I was sitting on. Yeah. But I was like, yo, I'm gonna have whatever I'm doing. I'm gonna have a show truck. You know, this is gonna be personal. I'm gonna take it to truck shows and whatever. Not only did I have a dream, I had a passion, and with the passion, I had a priority also, and the priority was home.
Okay.
And home and work. Yeah. Oh, excuse me, had to fund this dream. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I had the truck, ran a couple loads here and there just to make sure everything was Gucci, and then come April, you know, I had a couple of issues with the company, and I was just like, you know what?
All right. But you're more comfortable now that way, like Penske ain't, they're not sweating you. You already know you got something
like now I'm at the point where I'm like, any day I could just bounce. Like, I'm doing you guys a solid by staying. I'm losing money because I got a whole business that's sitting, you know, and I'm just like, so I started running it every now and then once it got too big, you know, I ended up getting sick, and while I was sick, it was a bunch of drama. I said, you know what? I'm going to quit. So the next week, I ran my truck complete by myself.
You already had a job lined up?
Yeah, I was with Amazon. Everything with Amazon was solid. So I was running, you know, pulling their trailers. Amazon is cool. Yeah. It's easy work, pays good. Long as your stuff is good, same day, next day pay, or weekly pay. It's cool. So I just said, you know what? I woke up one day and was like, I called my boss and quit. You know? And I was like, I'm already running the truck. Like, why would I continue to stay here? Yeah. This is silly. You know?
Makes sense.
I'm still making them rich while I'm costing myself money.
And it rarely ever escalates for you to make a little bit more money. It's a couple dollars here and there, but while he's making thousands.
Yeah, it was still the same. Okay. While I'm losing thousands, making them thousands. So I said, you know what? I just quit. There was no hard feelings against Penske. You know, good company. Again, good company. Yeah. But I had my own that I had to work out. Living my dream logistics. Yeah. It's your boy. All right. So I started doing that, and that's what it's been ever since. And I ain't going to say there ain't been some days I wanted to cry or stressful days, because, man, it's been some.
Yeah, I try to tell people all the time, especially when you own your own business, I'm pretty sure you agree that, like, you have to learn how to take some losses. Not every day, just because you own your own money, you make your own money and it's coming in, that you're going to make that set dollar and everything every single day. Like, the money's just going to get, like, it comes and goes. You might make a lot on one deal, you might make a little on the deal, but you have to learn how to take the loss, and it balances itself out.
Yeah, the time of COVID was pretty interesting, just for the simple fact of we're now coming out of it, and a lot of places are now going harder in it, you know. And with the vaccines and all that, they didn't sweat truck drivers too much, so we weren't really tripping out. I'm not with it. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm just out here getting it, you know. A couple little issues here and there. My truck was down for 3 weeks, and the first week I was like, yeah, we're going to get this fixed. And the second week I was like, and then the third week was like, bro, come on, man.
Can you give it, like, real briefly, can you let them know what to look for and what could be like an issue with trucks? Like, do you happen to do your own maintenance? Like, what's typical?
Doing your own maintenance, you always want to be, you know, hands-on, just because there's stuff you're going to have to fix on the side of the road sometimes, whether it's you have a flat tire, you have to pull it off the bead, or you have an airline or something bust and you got to temporary fix it with some electrical tape or something. You know, calling somebody out is going to be hours, and especially with Amazon, you don't have hours. You got minutes.
Yeah. Thank God for him, man. He's actually mechanically inclined. He actually works on his own car. So a lot of truck drivers don't. They just have the money to get in a truck and a license. You guys don't know nothing.
You got minutes with Amazon to get stuff fixed, because your performance score is everything. You know, that's your grade. That goes down, you get doo-doo loads. You know, long story short, it ain't no bread at the end.
Ain't no money.
So yeah, man. You know, for me, I always say, the most important part of your day is going to be when you end your day. because then you need to thoroughly go through that truck. You know, pop the hood, make sure you're not missing any coolant, check your oil, run through the tires, make sure you ain't got no major air leaks. And all this ensures that when you get up in the morning and you walk back around, it's going to look exactly the same as it did when you fire it up and you go, you know. Brakes, stuff like that, you know. It's important. You see people out here killing people in trucks left and right every day.
All the time.
And all of this is because they were gung-ho, they didn't expect their equipment and didn't notice that this brake shoe back here was cracked or this drum was cracked, and you got potentially 80,000 pounds and no brakes, you know what I mean? Your lights don't work. Well, your lights aren't working, it's dark. Guess what? Somebody will say they didn't see it and rear-end you. And guess what? Now you in jail. Man. Because you didn't do a 5-minute walk around. You know, it ain't no joke. But especially on the business aspect, when you're a business owner and you have an LLC, like at the end of the day, it all goes down. The ship goes down with the business, but you also lose everything that you work so hard for at the same time. And that's the part that I think people don't. They don't get in their head. They just figure, I have an LLC. Something goes wrong. It all goes down, but it's like that's everything that you work so hard for: blood, sweat, and tears. You know, headaches, stress, anxiety.
So that's why you have to take care of your own.
You gotta, you put money away for your taxes.
Okay, see,
that's important because you only get hit at the end of the year. And
it looked like a lot of money, but always gotta remember, in America, some of that has to go back, has to be paid or something. So not all the money is yours.
Your first year, I spent $4,000 in diesel a month.
Damn.
And I'm local, y'all. I'm local.
Okay.
These OTR guys, God bless them. I don't know how. But my best advice to somebody with my story is, you ain't got much bread, go get you a little personal loan. You know, start getting your credit together. And
so you say get the credit together first and then look at a personal loan first. What about truck-wise, like condition, mileage, and anything? What would you recommend?
It's always a crapshoot.
Okay.
It's like rolling the dice.
All right.
You could go to Freightliner and you could buy a 2023 $180,000 truck, and it could be in the shop every week.
Okay.
You know, all this death and all that crap is killing these trucks, you know. Okay. Hate it. New, old. I like old. You know what I'm saying? I like old just for the simple fact of somebody already driven it, and they probably worked out all the issues that it had.
True. Okay.
So you buy something 500, 600,000 miles, and people say, "Oh my God, that's a lot of miles."
Nah,
there's trucks out there with 2-3 million miles on them, they still roll. You drive past them every day and don't know. You know what I mean? There's some trailers from the '80s, and they just spruce them up and make them look real nice. You know, there's some old equipment out there. But you want to get you a 2012 or newer, especially in California. Okay. Has to have DEF, has to have a regen system on it. Other than that, they probably won't register it. So get you a 2012. That's what you want.
Would you recommend? I know I heard of this before. I don't remember if you ever went through it. These truck driving companies that'll pay for your schooling and give you a job. Would you recommend that? Is that good?
Yeah. That's how I did it. Okay. First time around, my pops taught me how to drive. So straight to DMV, took the test. That doesn't apply anymore. Now you have to go to truck driving school of some sort. Okay. Any big company, Swift, Central, Snyder, there's a ton of them. Okay. CRST. Okay. You're probably not going to be happy after with some of them, but you get a job.
Yeah. So those, it's good to get your foot in the door. Those are the starters.
Get your foot in the door. You get a starter, and they'll tell you, "Oh, we'll take your license if you quit." No, you sit in 24 hours a month. Okay. And in 24 hours a month, they can't take your license. It's through DMV.
Giving you pointers right there.
Yeah. When I went through, there was no third party, so we went straight to DMV. Now they have third party. So if I was third party, I would teach you and then give you your license too. Okay. You know, I would teach you and then I would give you all the tests and everything like that. As long as I say you passed and you're good. Okay. And I think that's kind of the downfall too. I think that everybody should have to go to DMV. Yeah. That
way you know what's going on with your own stuff instead of somebody else handling it. They could just be halfway doing your paperwork and just be handling it back to you.
Yeah, it could be somebody that just like you and they give you a license. You ain't even safe to drive. You know what I mean? You can't. And my second recommendation, even though there's not many manual trucks, go to a school that is going to teach you how to drive a manual. Okay. And that way you're not restricted as you go to a company that pays $200,000 a year and they're like, yeah, and they look at your license, you got an automatic restriction and you can't drive a stick. Okay. Nope. Sorry, brother. Right. Everywhere now is teaching in automatics. So you're getting these automatics, and
Okay.
You're limited.
All right. And then the light at the end of the tunnel, you don't have to give them exact dollar figures, but where'd you go from making a ballpark of Penske to your ballpark now after expenses and everything is paid? Like how's the wage gap?
I'll go off of gross,
Okay.
and I could say on a 12-month period at Penske, $87,000.
And notice that
And that's with overtime.
Yeah.
That's overtime,
Okay.
y'all. That's not
That's
just,
not the 40 hours.
Yeah, that's not a 40-hour week. That's 60, 65 hours
And this
a
is
week.
being how many years driving experience you got?
And since 18, so almost 21 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's how they was taking care of them at Penske.
And
so
you know,
I mean, no, that's good money.
Like good money,
especially in California, anything over about like $70,000, it's pretty good money. You can live pretty well here, but to do stuff, especially having a big family, like I know too, a lot of kids, that to do a lot of things with your family all the time and just not you and your girl, to share the experience and give the experience, the lifestyle for them to grow up and remember a lot of things, you need to make a little bit more. And you see he took the leap to make, so how much more are you making now?
We did vacation twice a year, you know. We would get on a plane, fly up to Frisco. I don't like driving, so we would fly to Frisco, and then we would fly to Vegas twice a year.
Okay, so
and family getaway for, 4 or 5 days, something like that, you know. Mm-hmm. But I went from 87 grand in a 12-month period there to I'm at 87 grand now, from now to April.
Oh, see, right there, it's in a few months.
So it's September.
You guys can do the
5
math on
months,
that. Yeah.
87 grand already.
Yeah, do the math on that.
So basically, that's double.
Okay,
I'll be at double what I was making then, and I mean, I personally make less money. Just because taxes.
Yeah, of course.
The
higher you make, the more you pay.
Yeah, you got to figure out your tax stuff. You got to get a good tax person. If anybody's interested, I don't know if I should shout her out on the air.
Recommend whoever.
Her name is Wendy at Apple One, San Bernardino. She good people's too.
Okay,
but
shout out to Wendy.
She been helping me out for years, man, because I'll be delinquent on the taxes. I ain't going to hold you.
Everybody has bad habits, man.
And she always come through in the clutch for her boy.
Okay.
And, you got to get you a good tax person. And then that's the biggest thing. You also have to learn how to balance out your expenses. Okay. You have to balance out your accounts. You always want to have more in your business than in your personal, because you pay business tax and personal tax.
Okay.
Pay 2 taxes. The least you pay yourself is the less you pay personal taxes. But the more you spend on the business, the less you pay in business taxes.
Okay, that makes sense. So what's a common issue that you would have being owner-op, like that with your truck? Just something typical is going to happen all the time, like tires. Okay. Tires. Would you recommend going, like, say quality is knowing like Goodyear, Kuma, or something like that, or would you just like some Chinese, some Nankang or something?
I grew up with a frugal black mom. You know what I'm saying? I used to be like, "Mom, you cheating." And she was like, "The word is frugal." Mm-hmm. I'm frugal trucking, bro. Okay. I mean, I'm frugal all across the board. Okay. I'm not going out flying Delta to go to New York. I'm flying Southwest like a mug. Okay. Cheap fare days.
I'll get you.
So with the truck, I mean, for me, I always run good steers. Steer tires, Mando. Okay. Michelin's, Sumatumos, whoever. I'm running some good brand new steers. As far as the backs, I don't care if they recaps, old steer tires. As long as they look good and they hold air, you know what I'm saying? Because you got 8 of those back there.
The steers is the main important.
Yeah, that's your bread and butter. Okay. That's your life. Because you blow one of them, you tear the front end of the truck off, and you potentially kill yourself, somebody else. Okay. You know, the backs. A lot of people swear I go get brand new ones. I ain't got it yet. I'm still new. So, I'll put me some recaps on there or some used joints, and they hold air and they legal. Let's get it. Okay. I'm more focused on brakes, lights, air fittings, stuff like that. I'm really anal about that because that's your braking system. Okay. No air, no brakes. Okay. All
right. And then what point would you give them about looking for contracts and looking for work? Like,
look for what fits you, what fits your pockets, not the next man's pockets. You got to know what your expenses are, what your company expenses are, and what you need to make. Okay. Don't base it off of me. Don't base it off of this dude or this guy that has 10 trucks. This dude with 10 trucks has been doing it a while.
And does distance matter? Like, I mean, like I know you're local now, and it's good for you and your family, but like, say somebody that don't have kids and he's just trying to like learn and get the CDL and just make money, does he have to go to New York from California to make a lot of money? Can he be local?
I mean, I make good money local. You know what I mean? The further you go, the more you spend, the more you make.
Yeah, okay, I get that. We were speaking on that before we started filming that. Like people need to analyze them. They keep on looking at the dollar amount. That it's a $10,000 job, but what does it cost to make the $10,000 job, and how much time? People not analyzing that and putting that together.
So this $10,000 job can cost $6,000, and my $5,000 job can cost $1,000.
Yeah. So
at the end, we both made $4,000, but who was the smarter man?
Mm-hmm.
The one that did the less work.
Basically,
you drove all the way to New York. Back to California, it took you 10 days to make that money, and the same money it took me 6 days to make, and I was at home in my bed every night.
Yeah. You always have to do that, straighten that out. Like people always get like starstruck when they see the big
with the $10,000. Oh man,
yeah.
$10,000. Yeah. But you got to drive 5,400 miles round trip. Guess what? I did 1,700 miles for the week.
Yeah, makes sense.
Made the same money.
Yeah,
gross is gross, net is net. You know, but spending is spending.
Yeah.
And if it's costing,
yep,
do the math.
Yep, makes sense.
You know, I hear guys all the time say, "I want to do over the road because it pays more money," and it's like, I mean, in some aspects, yeah, because people are going to pay more for you to go further, but you personally doesn't make you more money, and that's what it comes down to.
Okay.
Personally doesn't make you more money.
That makes sense. One more thing I want to touch up on. A lot of these guys, they're going to realize that going through time and stepping up and making more money, that makes you more of a valuable guy, higher value guy, attracts better women. But how would you recommend being a truck driver, being on the road? Like what would you recommend to keep home happy? Like what do you do to keep your team working, which is pretty much you and your wife? Like how do you guys make that work? As
a unit, you just keep them involved.
Okay.
Keep them involved with what's going on, because if I die tomorrow, somebody got to run it. So for me, I keep her abreast on everything. Look, this is this load. This is how it pays. This is how much fuel is going to be used. This is how you calculate this. This is how you calculate that. You keep them up on all the mathematics. You keep them up on the spendings. You keep them up on the funding. You keep them up on the extras. You keep them up on even the equipment. You know, we'll go outside every now and then, and I'll just take a look. Let's do a walk around in the truck so I can show you what's up. Okay. See anything wrong? No, look, this is wrong. See that? That's what's wrong.
So you're schooling her so where if she needed to, she could.
Even my boys, the same thing. I have 3 sons, and even my daughters. My youngest, she's more interested, but she'll come out and we'll go walk around the truck and look, and we'll point things out, and I'll show them, what's wrong. You got to keep them young, fresh, on it, because you never know. They might be the next business owners. They might fall in the spot.
That's true.
The money that comes with it, if you're humble, nobody even knows how much money you make.
Yeah, I know it's real hard today. Like, I don't even try to say to recommend to you guys, because I know everybody likes to stunt and flash and validate, post stuff all over social media and stuff, man. It's just not even there.
That's what I got on. I ain't even on front. This is from Walmart. I got on some Walmart
Nah, man,
pants,
I'm in the same. And they call me Men in Black. I wear the same thing every day, all day. It doesn't explain. It doesn't define who I am or what I make or anything like that. I'm not even worried about that. As long as I just focus on whoever's on my team and the people that help me along the way. So
to me, it's securing the bag for my family. It's when we want to go on vacation, we can go. You know what I'm saying? I got a race car at home. I got a motorcycle. I got a lifted truck. I got an EV car.
Yeah, I can vouch for all this.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you have these things, and you don't need to validate that to anybody. People come to your house, they see it.
Yeah.
And the funnest part is you ain't got to use it.
Yeah.
You just have it because you want it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is the greatest part. I have a pool at my house, and we don't even swim. I can't swim, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's like you get these things, and that's just the bread and butter. But the biggest part for me is stuff like this, that I can get out and I can tell people my dream. Living my dream logistics. That's my company name. Why? Because every time I get in the truck, I'm living my dream. Every time I sign a piece of paper, I'm living my dream, because this is what I wanted to do. And people see the name on my truck and they love it. They're like, man, you should get shirts. You should brand that, bro.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, that's dope. That's good stuff. Yeah. And it excites me. It excites me that the youngins and people around me, my friends, are now more like, hey, man, hey, let's sit down and talk. How can I get in this? How can I do this? And I tell them, if it's not something you never wanted to do, don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it.
You won't be happy.
Yeah. would you say for people that are trying to be entrepreneurs and do their own thing, like how would you explain making money doing something that you like to do?
Oh, man, you can't beat it.
Yeah, versus like just working for somebody else and just like.
You can't beat it because I woke up this morning and I said I had to book a load. I got to go to work. Yeah. But last Sunday, it was my birthday weekend. I got toe up. I didn't go to work. Yeah. I didn't have to.
Yeah.
I didn't want to.
And a lot of people are like, yeah, you don't have that choice when you clocking in, man. You either show up or get written up.
I didn't have to call somebody and say, hey, Mr. So-and-so, hey, man, I don't feel good. I'm not coming in today. Yeah, use my PTO? Nah, man. Nah. Yeah. I looked at wife and said, I ain't going to work. And she said, okay. You know what I mean?
That's the way it works.
It ain't a bragging thing. It's an opportunity thing.
Yeah. It's a chance that everybody has. And instead of like saying, I don't have access to this, access to that, man, all you have to do is look for it, ask around, and communicate and network with people. People always making excuses nowadays and don't want to get stuff done when everybody has the same opportunity. You just don't have the same drive, but everybody has the same opportunity.
Man, one of the hugest fires that started all this was, man, I had a company truck, my little day cab, and I go to little truck shows, locally. And you go in, you see all these nice trucks, and man, I like riding creme de la creme, homie. You know me. If I put together a little Honda or a Mustang or something, I'm coming as flossy as I can on a frugal level. Mm-hmm. And man, white rims and basic truck. Mm-hmm. And I was willing to come out of my pocket and put shiny wheels on it and a little stereo system and do this and that and a visor and make the truck look nice. And a lot of people say, man, that's stupid. Well, it's not stupid when you're living your dream.
Yeah, basically.
And this is the truck that I'm in 6 days a week, 65, 70 hours.
This represents your company, your money going down the road.
And when I pull up somewhere, even though they see Penske on the side, it still represents me because if I'm driving the truck and the truck's dirty, they look at me as I'm dirty.
That's true.
So I'm like, yo, let me turn the truck. I'll put some wheels on it, make the truck look nice. We could take it to truck shows. They told me no.
For real?
Yeah, they told me no. Wow. Well, this is the least unit we can't do. I said, put some wheels on it. We could take the wheels off. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was going to get wheels and tires, bro. I was going to do that. They could have just swapped the wheels out. They told me no.
Wow.
I said, you know what? I want a nice truck. I want to ride in a nice truck. And if I got to buy one, goddamn it, I'm going to buy one. We here today.
Okay. So that's where we at, man.
Don't settle for what you don't want. And even when I left, bro, after 8 years of being there, bro. No thank yous, no
nothing. They just treated you like just another one.
Yep.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, he was in there, a big name, big corporate, but they always look at you like you can be replaceable, and that ain't the case, man. Because look at him now. He making his own money.
I'll still shout him out. Yeah. It's still all love. I'll still shout him out because that's what we do as business people. We're not a bad company. I can't say that overall the 8 years was bad because they weren't. I'd be lying. Going out was kind of different, but it was for a reason, and not everybody wants to see you shine. A lot of people ain't going to see you shine. Friends, family, folks.
You don't think that they friends? And I always, like, for me, I always say that if they wouldn't give me, like, any type of help to help me push where I'm going versus, hey, yeah, go ahead and just go ahead and try. I believe in you type of thing. But if they would put in more energy, more effort, then I know you want to see me win because when I present something of my goal, something that I accomplish, they are happy with me, not just looking at me like, man, he made it. Like, damn.
Well, what if this don't happen? Yeah. What about that?
Or they don't feel that they don't have an entitlement too. Like, oh man, James got the truck and everything too, man. He should let me drive his truck, and so that way I can get on my feet and go. It don't work like that, man. He worked hard for his stuff, man. Where don't feel entitled just because you know him that he should let you use his truck. Like that ain't. They don't work like that.
You gotta go to truck driving school, homie. Yeah. The truck is a moneymaker. Mm-hmm. It's just wild, man. You get so much negativity. Well, what about if this don't work? What about if that don't work? I don't even want to process it in my head. I'm just starting. Let me get comfortable before I start worrying about the what ifs. Why? You worrying about something that may not even happen.
Yeah, so I said sit back and analyze the good and the bad energy that comes back and forth and analyze it instead of going off of feelings and being emotional. Like, think it out because you can control your emotions if you think it out. And then that way you execute better and make better decisions. Instead of like having a lot of people that let fear take over them, which if you have too much fear, you won't take forward and to take the effort to try to take it and be on your own and be better.
Yep. You get so many people and they just negative.
Yeah.
You get more negativity than positive. And then but you have to be your own source of energy.
Okay.
If you're not your own source of energy, nobody else is going to be because nobody else is going to see your dream the way you do.
Yeah, I like that. It starts
you
with
have to see your vision. You have to see it. Man, I grew up, I had teachers that told me I was losers and I was stupid and truck drivers don't make no money. You ain't never gonna drive a truck and make money. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Hey, there it is.
Come on, man. You can sell bubble gum. And if you're good at it, you're gonna be rich off selling bubble gum.
That's what it is.
That's your hustle.
What would you say? I remember you told me a story about how you listen to it's like some music that you listen to that motivates you, but how's your mindset like when you get up for the day and you know you have to go get this done? What keeps you pushing to do more instead of just treating it like a job? Like why is this your dream and you keep on pushing it more? Like what?
One, I consider sleeping on that park bench.
Okay.
2, I consider being back in my mama house.
Yeah.
Hell no. 3, I consider I got a wife and seeds that look up to me. Okay. I have followers, friends, family that look up to me. I'm now an image. I'm no longer just an everyday Joe. Mm-hmm. I'm an image now, you know. I'm not being cocky, but that's what it is.
That's what it is. It's reality.
When you start doing big, people look at you. You know, you get these Jay-Z and them. There's people that walk around every day and recite their lyrics. Yeah. And they look up to them. They look up to their. Do they have the hustle? Mm-hmm. No. Are they ever going to have the hustle? No. But they know some lyrics. Mm-hmm. What the hell does that help you in life?
Yeah, they're not implying it. They just
follow the ingredients, bro. Yeah, there's plenty of Jay-Z songs. The Life of OJ. That's one of the songs that kind of hit something for me. Okay. What's the most important thing in the world? Credit.
Without it, you can't go far. You might be able to get somewhere. Don't let some people gonna be like, "Oh man, I've got this. I came up with a lump sum of the money and stuff like that." But you ain't get too far.
One of my songs I listen to now is La Russell, Baggage Claim. Okay. I hope I pronounced it right. Get your ass up, go get that bag. For real. I listen to that song 3 to 4 times a day when I start getting tired and I don't feel motivated. You know. Yeah. Get up and get that bag.
Okay. You know? See, but that's what you gotta do. You gotta keep the fire on you. How you just explained himself right now. That's what keeps him motivated and that's what keeps him rolling. Like you're gonna have good days, you're gonna have bad days, and you just gotta just take them and roll them. Like analyze it in and just put it together on like what went wrong that day, and just start new day is a new day. You got a fresh start to make a better decision.
I look back at stuff that I do for myself and things I did for companies. And I go, man, I was an idiot, bro. Like,
well, I guess you didn't know no better, but you like, damn, I made them some money.
Yeah, I did a spokesman thing, bro, and I did this little baby-to-baby deal with that Penske and them had, and I was like the face of Penske. You know, I'm on the side of the truck with a stupid mask on and whatever. And I'm thinking like, man, I ain't getting nothing extra, bro. Like, you feel me?
So free spokesman.
I got a picture on the side of a truck and in a magazine and like, yo. Yeah. I got promised lunch and I don't even remember getting lunch. And now it's like if I don't want to go work, I don't go.
Okay.
And I dictate my money. If it ain't no money, I ain't gotta go.
Hey, and that's the light at the end of the tunnel. That's what this conversation is about. He's telling you how to get there, what he went through to get there.
Man, let me tell you.
And for real. And
shout out to my mom too, because she wouldn't have kicked me out the house at 18, bro. 18 and 20.
Hey, she lit that spark.
I probably wouldn't be here right now, man. If my girl wouldn't have dumped me when I was 26 or whatever, however hell old I was before all this, she told me, man, she was like, yo, I can't mess with you. We got to break up. I said, huh? What happened? What did wrong? She said, you ain't got no spark, homie. You ain't getting it.
There you go,
you ain't got no hustle, bro.
Hey, I got daughters right there, so listen to what he said right there, man. If you ain't got
no hustle, bro.
Hey, and most women would have just sat back and just accepted it and let another dude bring her down, but she actually has standards and was like, hey, you ain't doing nothing, you gotta get up out of here.
She told me I had to roll, homie. She gave me the can. I'm sitting at home crying like, what I do wrong? She's like, you need to go to church or you need to go find yourself. And I was like, oh man. So that was another fire I had up under my burner because it was like, man, what? This is my time of need. I was going through some rough spots in life, you know, some real terrible spots. I don't really tell many people, but man, it was like, what? So I had to regroup myself, and then I had to realize that a lot of people said, man, she's faulty for that. That's scandalous. I'm like, bro, man. That was real love.
Yeah, she's solid for that. That's real
love. I had to fix myself.
Yeah.
For real.
But man, a lot of people get caught on nowadays, and they're like, oh no, don't do them like that. You might have to do this. Nah, man, you building weaker men. Like we need stronger men.
Kick your sons out the house at 18.
Hey, for real. If he ain't about nothing, man, he gotta do something.
Kick your sons out.
Man.
Tell your daughters that to have a man better than you.
Yeah. They need to look at you as a role model. You need to bring into the house, man, like that. Either start at your level, man. You need to be at where my pops is at or better, man. Like nothing else.
Man,
like,
I take my daughters. We go on plane trips, bro. We go on plane trips. We eat nice places, just cause they need to see what being with a man is about.
Basically,
you know?
how they
no
treat
weird
them.
business there, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like they need to be experienced this. So when they get older, they ain't with no funny
like a typical dude won't be able to come in and just be able to impress herself. Like, man, I do that with my dad all the time. That ain't nothing.
Like I can't have my daughter changing another man's tire.
Yeah, can't.
We ain't doing that. You know what I mean? And I see it all the time, man. I'm out on the road, man. I see females changing their dudes' tires. I'm like
the whole telling
what
you.
What is this?
It's a lot of like too many beta dudes, man. Like not masculine at all.
Give him your maxi pads too, and put his gooch pads on, man. And man. I tell my daughters all the time, man. If that brother, I don't care if he's 16. If that brother ain't got some kind of hustle, I'm asking him, hey, man, how'd you get here? Oh, my parents dropped you off. Man, get the fuck off my doorstep.
Real, man. You ain't got no ride.
You didn't ride a BMX over here to see my daughter, bro? You didn't make no kind of extra sacrifice?
Yeah.
Get the fuck off my doorstep, man. Yeah. You ain't welcome here.
Hey, that's real talk. Real.
You got to ride a BMX to come see my daughters or
make some kind of effort. Something.
She can't get in your G-Ride, but you can bring a G-Ride. You feel me? Like, nah, man. Because, I mean, even I always used to walk to Breezy's houses. You know, we had no cars back then.
Yeah,
I go to Breezy's house, we on foot.
Yep.
We hoofing it. A scooter.
All the time.
What was those stupid things? The little motorized scooter joints? A GoPed?
Yeah, GoPeds.
Yeah, we was on a GoPed. We was on something, to go get some buns.
Always.
And these dudes now, man, get dropped off everywhere. I'm like, man.
I'm telling you.
Kids like, can I get a ride? Nah, man, ride the bus.
The coddlement is too much, man. We need
bus.
We need to put some stern back in there.
Get your ass up and go get that bag.
Oh, man. All right, but everything's cool, man. I appreciate you coming through, man. I'm real proud of you, man. I've known you for years, man.
Hey,
like, real love right here. Always, man. Much love. You can call me for anything.
Hey, I remember one day this brother told me, man, I'm going to feed my family before yours. That shit stuck to me till this day. He told me that in 2016.
Like we have to.
Nah, it was further back. 2010.
Yeah.
I'm going to feed my family before yours. It's all love, no disrespect. But my family got to eat. If your priorities ain't right, I can't help you, bro.
Man, I explain it all the time, man. Like we have to take care of ourselves first before we can help anybody else. I can't be in a position to help anybody else if I have to make sure we take care of ours first. But, man, I'm real proud of you, man. I'm glad, man. Shout out to this company right here, man. Live my dream, man. Like, he really doing
and sweaters and beanies and whatnot.
And soon, hopefully, man, have you back soon, man. Some new businesses, probably get a couple more trucks, be out here making more money.
Reach out, but, man, if you smoking weed and doing don't reach out to me. It's a waste of my time.
I saw all that clown world stuff, man. We ain't got no time for it.
I'll help you get on, but you're smoking weed and you tell me I need 30 days to clear up my system. Man, get out of here.
Hey, don't even worry about that. We're going to go over all the companies and everything he listed, man. It'll be in the description below. And any shout-outs you want to give before we out?
Shit. Wifey, my mom, my boys, Theo at High Rev, my wife.
Shout out to Theo.
My mom's. That's about it.
All right, man.
That bag.
Stay out here and get it, man. BBC Podcast, we out.
Stay dangerous.
Yep.